Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. One of the important things in our lives is the happiness of the family, and one of the most important members of the family are children. Now, if you are in a relationship with somebody and you have children through the relationship, then there could be a time where the relationship with the person may not continue or may not be stable or even be broken. But once you have children, there is no way that relationship can be broken, and you will be responsible for them, and those ties are so strong by virtue of instinct, nature, and also the social human beings being social creatures. The bond is one of the strongest bonds that you have, and hence the relationship is so crucial that anything which happens in the relationship or to the relationship, then definitely this is a matter of serious concern. So let us see through our horoscope, can we see or can we ascertain through a quick and easy way whether there will be challenges to children because of account of children, or because of in some way some results that we may get which will accrue positive results from children. So let's jump into a quick and easy way to check on that. First and foremost, the fifth house is very important when you want to check results pertaining to children too. However, the fifth house is accounts for various other results. It could be changes or upheavals or obstacles to career, your risk-taking ability, your speculative investments, your romantic liaison or romantic relationship, your initial education, and so on. But it is also pertaining to children. So how do we ascertain through a quick and easy way that it is only about the children or majorly about the children that we are looking at when the fifth house shows any afflictions? So firstly, both the fifth house and the fifth house lord should be afflicted, and the karaka of children, which is Jupiter, should also be afflicted and should form some relationship with the fifth house or through any malefic aspects on it or malefic conjunctions with Jupiter to truly denote trouble to children or account of children. Now, some planets when they get involved in the mix will accentuate or increase the results being of children when related to the fifth house. For example, if Saturn goes into the fifth house, then here children could come later in your life, especially if the fifth lord is also afflicted and there are afflictions by virtue of aspects on the fifth house. So here generally, of course, Jupiter being the karaka of the fifth house should also be in some way afflicted for us to be more certain it is delay in children or delay about children that the fifth house be having Saturn in it relates to, rather than any other results. So if the domestic environment, that the fourth house also shows that fourth house is afflicted, fourth house lord is afflicted, then the domestic challenges are also seen. So because of your children, the mental peace not being there, the mental happiness not being there, that adds to the denoter that these placements are about children. So the fifth house having afflictions, the fifth house lord in trouble, Jupiter showing affliction, and the fourth house having issues either by conjunctions or aspects of doshas, relates that the challenges are account of children to a large extent rather than anything else. So how do we check whether the results are about children or to children? If there are aspects on the fifth house or bad conjunctions in the fifth house, then it is about children, which means there are challenges about children, about their health, about childbirth, about having children, or issues to children not keeping well, or you regularly running into some or the other, trying to extricate them out of those challenges, or child's health not being very good, especially if any of the malefic planets get involved. If Saturn and Ketu get involved in an inimical sign in the fifth house, then strongly health can be an issue. If Rahu gets involved in the mix, then it could be that either you have a problem in having children, or children are born out of some medical help which is needed to in vitro fertilization or some other help external medical help which you may require, or it could also be that you end up adopting a child also. This combination is also seen if Rahu in the 5th house of adopting a child but also having your own children, where the 5th house is strong, the 5th house lord is strong, yet the 5th house has the presence of Rahu and somewhere getting related to Jupiter either through aspect or through a conjunction. Jupiter and Rahu present in the 5th house together in a Guru Chandal dosha with the 5th house lord also being afflicted surely shows that there is a challenge to children or account of children as well, and this could generally to some extent, if Saturn also gets involved in the mix either through its aspects or even Ketu gets involved in the mix with the 5th house lord being placed with Ketu, then there could be issues about children or there could be less happiness from children and satisfaction from children may not come about. Children may not support you in the old age, or children may be a distant, or there may be distance in your emotional quotient with your children. So children may not be able to reciprocate the same love, the same affection, the same support that you normally expect from a child. So Jupiter and Rahu's presence in the 5th house along with some malefic aspects, especially Saturn or Ketu, can give you those results. Issues coming from children in the old age where you are getting into a tug of war with children about property or any resources or something, there it has to be that the 5th house lord is also strongly afflicted rather than the 5th house. If the 5th house lord is going into the 6th house, for example, so now the children are becoming your enemy if the 5th house lord goes into an inimical sign. For example, for an Aries ascendant native, Sun is the 5th house lord. If Sun goes into the 6th house in Virgo, then Sun is in an inimical sign. Here the challenges could arise from children giving you issues or problems. If Jupiter also gets afflicted and Mercury also in some way gets connected to the 5th house or aspecting the Sun also. One of the challenges, major challenges, if Ketu gets into the 5th house with another malefic, is that childbirth could be issue, getting a child can also be issue, or there could be distance from the child later on in life, or the child stays away from you, say firstly in a boarding school and later on goes away from work, and your access to the child will be very, very less. So it is like out of sight, out of mind. Every day you are not able to contact the child, talk to the child also reciprocates less. And so there is distance seen from children also. Last but not the least, if there are any strong doshas which get involved, say the Angakaraka dosha with Rahu and Mars gets involved, then there could be violence to children also. Children's health could also be an issue. 5th house lord going into the 8th house with another affliction involved either through conjunction or a bad dosha in the 8th house shows that there could be sudden challenges to children or an account of children because of which you go through a huge emotional upheaval, goes through up and down. 5th house lord going into the 12th house means that the child may go away from you, maybe in foreign lands or away from work, and then your access to the child is also reduced. And of course, all of this has to be in conjunction with or in lieu with Jupiter getting also afflicted, being the Karaka. If Jupiter is very, very strong, even if the 5th house lord is afflicted and shows challenges, then to large extent the challenges may be reduced. But if 5th house is afflicted with malefic planets placed in it, 5th house lord is placed in a malefic planet with a malefic planet or in conjunction or under aspect, or they go into a dusthana, especially in the 6th house or the 12th house, then distance from children, not having good relations, good equations from the children also can come about with these equations. So friends, this is a short and easy way and a quick and easy way to ascertain whether there will be challenges or issues in your life about having children, about having the continued presence of children, satisfaction from children, support from children, love and care from children, support from children, but also you being able to have access to them or being able to support them and having their presence in your life, or whether children become a source of challenges, issues or troubles for you. So friend, like this video, share this video, and if you are looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is the friend astrologer and guided fan signing off. Ciao.